top-notch stuff.
Have you been in the studio and we've had people playing live before?
Not before, no. It's
great,
always been
isn't
on
it?
a CD. That was excellent.
Cheers, thanks so
Really
much.
good. How long have you been doing it for?
What, playing and writing? And
Yeah.
things like that? Probably since I was about sort of 12 or 13, so quite a while now.
it's
I'm
quite a long
35 now.
time.
So is that the guitar is the first musical instrument you had?
I've played piano for a bit, but I only got to about grade 2, and then
Did you?
it's sort of clunking away on chords.
And what in the school band or whatever, did you have, obviously the guitar was an option, but probably you were on triangle, were you, or something like that?
Linda McCartney, yeah. That's my biggest influence.
Did you do the recorder? Because everybody starts off on that, don't they?
I think you do at primary school, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah, and I got kicked out for messing about in the
Sounds
recorder
right.
band.
I love it.
I was used to try and play with my two with my nose, like.
Oh, love it.
Jeffrey
Tim,
Tull.
you're a legend, a legend.
Talented.
This was last week, really, but
Maybe you
Fabulous.
could do that on stage. Maybe at your next gig, get some recorders out,
Yeah.
stick it up your nose, see how you
it's the way
get on.
forward, isn't it? I think?
Fabulous stuff.
Oh,
So
that's great.
that guitar, then obviously you picked that up, and that you played that fantastic.
Thanks
That was
very much.
brilliant to watch.
I sort of learned. I sort of taught myself, so it took a long time, but I'm quite glad I did, because I've hopefully got my own style and things like that.
So you didn't do Burt Whedon?
No. I know of Burt Whedon. An old punk band I used to be in did one called Bert's Way, which was all about wanting to not do it the Burt Whedon way. But yeah,
For
it's
those
a
who
bit of a
don't,
legend.
for those
I'm
listeners,
sat here
who-
smiling going,
no,
"Well,
well, I don't, you've gone quiet, so I better explain. Burt Whedon wrote a book. Is
Guitar in a Day, is it?
the Guitar in a Day, and
Oh,
loads of famous.
who told me about
Rock
that?
stars.
I think it was one of
Ryan
the
May
lads
often
in-
talks about
Yeah.
how he inspired him.
I think
Yeah.
it's one of the
was,
lads out of one of the bands I used to look after.
Yeah, he was a recording star in his own right. The Guitar Shuffle or something like that it was. And he wrote this book, and apparently it's the gospel for learning guitar. But you didn't do that, did you?
No, I was talking to I've completely forgotten his name. The guy that was on before,
Paul.
We were having a really interesting conversation before, and he was saying about how it's great now that a lot of people who are getting into music can learn it from YouTube and actually see someone do it and pause it and take their time over it. It's just great. I suppose when I first started, it was just picking up stuff from guitar magazines and things like that, really. But a lot of it was far too difficult, I thought.
It's difficult. I had a keyboard when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah, and I got a book alongside it, but I had a keyboard that had about 20 keys on it, and that was it, and the book was for like a full-length Yamaha keyboard. And my mum and dad couldn't afford that, you know. So I just made it up as I went along. I learnt the demo that was on there, which was, what was it? Was it Phil Collins' groovy kind of
Oh,
world?
right.
Yeah.
I thought
So
you were going to say
could-
like for a release or something
I
like
can
that.
play that with one hand, so I
Yeah.
can't do both hands. And Green Hill Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog. I can play
right.
can play the
Can
music.
you?
Nice.
Wow.
That's it. That's the length of my musical ability. though.
Sign her up, Tim. Get her on stage.
You do that, and I'll get my recorders in my nose, and we'll do make our own genre. Right there
It'd
and
be
then.
like, do you watch Friends? That episode with Ross with the keyboard. Have you ever seen it?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, it's so funny. Like he's held it as a secret all these years. He used to play keyboard, and it's the most random things. It's just sound effects, and it's terrible, absolutely terrible. But they convinced him that he should play in the coffee house. It's just really funny. Good episode.
It sounds similar to when I was probably about that age, 12, 13, my mate had a little Casio keyboard that could record like a second of, or 2 seconds of whatever you said into it, and then you could play
Brilliant.
it, which we thought was amazing in like the early 90s.
Well, it's funny actually, because I did start at Guitar Club.
Did you?
Yeah, I had
Can you play? Can you, David?
No, don't go there. And my mum very kindly bought me a guitar, and one of the things that you had to do was you had to have your whichever foot it was on a little block of wood.
Yeah.
That's how you started off. And I noticed you for those at home, Tim has got his thumb over the top of the fret.
It's a bit of a Jimi Hendrix thing to do that. Yeah.
Well, one of the things I just couldn't grasp was that you were taught they weren't classical guitars, but they were acoustic guitars, and you had to put your thumb behind the fret and use.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, like all guitar players I've ever seen since have their thumb, like you've got it, over the top of that. Is it the bass string? Is it?
Yeah,
Whatever
it's one way to kind of play bar chords, because you can sort of hold it like that rather than like that.
Well, it's kind of your thumb was at the back. I could never master that. And
Maybe.
guitar club lasted about 6 weeks.
Maybe you could have a lesson on air, David.
Oh no!
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't. It would absolutely not.
Unfortunately, I'm a lefty. Otherwise, you could have a go on mine. But
You
yeah, it's the
are.
wrong way around for you. Isn't
Oh
it?
my lord!
Get out of jail free card, much. Maybe that's a challenge.
Yeah. So they
You
have
are as well,
left-handed
yeah.
guitars now.
You have to string them the other way up, don't you?
Yeah. It's,
And you've got this like control thing.
Did you say they have left-handed guitars now? Is that right? They just... It is, isn't it? Sorry, I'm taking the mick out of you.
No, I don't mind.
I'm sure they just string it the other way up.
Really? They
it
have,
does put a lot of people off. It put me off at first from playing because I was trying to play right-handed and I couldn't do it.
well, listeners, Tim's got this thing on the top of the guitar. It's like an electronic-y thing.
It is.
That'd be the wrong way round then, wouldn't it, if you were right-handed?
I think that would be all right. That
Would it?
would be all right, yeah.
All right, okay.
Oh dear, I
Sorry.
don't
You have to
know.
imagine all of this at home, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit visual.
Sorry, we'll get. Do you know what? We'll do something that you can all appreciate. We'll let you play another song. Which
right, okay.
songs have you got? Which one?
I'm
What should we
trying to
go
think
for?
which one to do next, actually. I could have a go at one called The Source, which is all about
Number 3.
influences and things. Yeah,
Excellent.
Could have a go at that one.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Is that
Do you want me to do
HP?
that now?
HP source.
Oh, David.
Oh, yeah, Worcester, I think. Yeah, do you want me to have a go at that one?
That's a cracking idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that now.
Just let me... oh, right, okay.
Do you need to tune up or do you want... Tell you what, we'll play a song. We have got some Blondie lined up next,
Oh,
Heart of
excellent.
Glass, so we'll play that while you're tuning up and we'll come back and